We just had the best day ever in Disney's Hollywood Studios.
And we're going to show you how you can have the perfect day too. Follow along. Ooh.
It's going to include some face paint. Spoiler.
What? Hey, you're spoiling it. They didn't know that.
Sorry.
I think we need a montage.
I think this deserves a montage.
Yeah. All right, starting the day with 2 different rope drop strategies. We're trying something out. We're gonna show an early entry strategy if you do have early entry, like Fry, and a non-early entry strategy if you don't have early entry, like me. So Fry is gonna do what we recommend on early entry. I'm gonna do what we recommend if you don't have it. Different vibes, but you'll notice I'm in the park, despite the fact that it's not open for me for another long time.
I love this change.
Me too. That's because you can now enter Hollywood Studios as a regular guest without early entry. About an hour before regular park drop is when they open the gates and everybody gets to go in. And then 30 minutes prior to park open, that's when the hotel guests get to go through little gated areas in the park to go to the rides, which I'm not gonna be able to do, but I could get Starbucks. Am I gonna do that? Maybe. But
you know my order.
I'm not gonna see you for hours. Like walking around with like
it's all water.
I put it in a popcorn bucket so that I can take it on Tower of Terror. All right, well, best of luck on your rope drop. I'm gonna go probably get a coffee, I guess.
I'm gonna go ride Slinky Dog Dash.
Enjoy. Early entry is a perk that you can only get from staying at a Disney World Resort hotel. It's a pretty big perk though. It's 30 minutes of extra time in the morning to enjoy the attractions in the park. It just started, so it's 8:30 right now. The park opens for everybody at 9 a.m. And 30 minutes might not seem like a lot of time to get a lot done, but it is a lot of time to beat the lines. When we say rope drop, we're not just talking about that first couple minutes when you get into the park. We're talking about anywhere between the first hour to 2 hours when the park opens, where you can get through a lot because the lines are low because people are still trickling in. That's rope drop. And we're gonna be going from open to close today to show just how much you can get done if you do that. We're gonna go grab a coffee. One of the longest lines around park open is actually gonna be at Trolley Car Cafe, which is this park's Starbucks. And you can beat it if you use this early entry time when you don't have early entry to go get yourself your caffeine fuel.
We are here with early entry. I am a hotel guest right now during this trip because I'm here for the Wine and Dine half marathon race weekend. So it's easier to rely on Disney transportation to get you to the race that morning. So I've got a hotel for the next couple days. Also, oh my gosh, I wasn't even looking. All of that is gone. So sad. But we are heading to Slinky Dog Dash. Actually, it's gonna be faster to use the ramp. If you really wanna get the most out of your day, you probably need to be here before early entry actually starts. So we're gonna see how long this line is. I have no idea what it's gonna look like when we turn around the corner. And here we have hit the checkpoint where this is blocked off. They are gonna scan our magic band to make sure we are a Disney hotel guest. Good morning.
No.
Good morning. Thank you. Wow, look, it's so empty. Slinky Dog Dash is one of the most popular attractions here in Hollywood Studios. It's always got a long line, and it is terrible to wait in the standby queue in the middle of the day just because it's outside and it's so hot. So this is one of the best ways to use early entry to knock this one out of the way. Maybe we ride it again later on in the evening. We do have lightning lane for today. Quincy is messing with our lightning lanes as we speak, so we'll see what she can grab for us. It doesn't look too bad from here. Oh, well, people are in line, but it looks like they're, oh, just kidding, it is worse than I thought. So this is the line right here. But remember, they are just now starting to fill up the queue. 8:36, we're getting in line. All right, we're gonna stay here for a few minutes. We're gonna see if anything happens. We'll give ourselves a timer and we'll revisit in a few minutes.
2 minutes later.
Okay, just kidding. After sitting there for 2 minutes, basically when a ride is down, they don't know when it's gonna come back up. Slinky is not even on the track, so that leads me to believe that this might be a longer delay. So we don't wanna sit there and just wait and waste all of our early entry time. We want to get in some rides to take advantage of our hotel perks. And we could easily run over to rides, and that is what most people do for their rope drop strategy, which is a good one. But if we ride the other 2 rides here at Toy Story Land and Slinky all of a sudden reopens, we will be here, we will see it, we will get on, and plus then we'll be getting multiple rides done in a shorter amount of time. So that's the plan for right now. now they've got the line curving this way, but still no sign or sound of Slinky. So I say, oh wait, no, Slinky is moving. We're hopping in line.
Hollywood Tower Hotel, Tower of Terror. The line is posted 13. That means walk on for that ride. There is a line of like the non-resort guests waiting to get on it at the start of the day. It's about 8 minutes to park open. I'm gonna start with Rock and Roller Coaster. This one is definitely one that I wanna prioritize over Tower because it is closing soon for a lengthy refurbishment where it will get a little re-themed to be Muppets themed. If you go that way, you get your resort key scanned, and if you come this way, you can get in the regular non-resort guest line.
Still delayed. There is no time still, but we are still delayed.
It's only 9:13 and I'm all the way off of Rock and Roller Coaster, headed to Tower of Terror next. Still says 13 minutes. Tower of Terror is pretty much a walk-on. This is a drop zone attraction themed to the Twilight Zone. So if we weren't awake after Rock and Roller Coaster, we're gonna be awake now. Why is Jiminy Cricket here? Is Jiminy Cricket always here? Why is Jiminy Cricket here? Where is he going? It's a thing, by the way. Jiminy Cricket is now meeting near Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and he has set times in the app. That's super cool. Slinky's running with nobody on it, which means most folks should be standing by Slinky waiting for it to open. That's one of the two most popular rides in this park. That and Rise of Resistance. So when it's got a delayed opening like this, people will be sort of milling around hoping it opens like a Fry, I think.
All right, here we go. It's 9:32, so technically we've waited 30 minutes to this point.
On our way over here, this wait time did jump to 20 minutes. However, I don't think this is actually going to be 20 minutes because it just went up. All right, it was only 10 minutes. So cross your fingers. We got 10 minutes to get on and off this ride and walk over and get on Alien Swirling Saucers. You think this guy's a sign that we can do it? I hope so. All right, I didn't quite hit my 10 a.m. goal. It's 10:01 right now because Toy Story Mania was moving a little slow. I got paused a couple of times, so the ride took longer than usual, but we're still gonna go, I think, me back up with Fry and do Alien Swirling Saucers, and then both of us, then they will have done all of Toy Story Land, where with their entry, they got through Slinky Dog, Toy Story Mania, and Alien Swirling Saucers and Rope Drop, and I got through Toy Story Mania, Alien Swirling Saucers, Rockin', and Tower, which I think is a pretty good trade for Slinky Dog Dash, since I didn't have early entry. Alien Swirling Saucers. It's gonna be probably our final rope drop ride, and we're together.
Sorry, I meant to scream, but it didn't come out.
That'll happen. There it is. Very high pitched. I almost couldn't hear it. But Alien Swirling Saucers is a very fun ride, one that Fry is quite fond of because she's alien-sized and she worships the claw. That's something she doesn't say publicly often, but
That was a secret.
As our reward for a solid rope drop on both parts, we have headed to Ronto Roasters. This is a very popular spot because of the famous Ronto wrap. Now in the morning, before 11 a.m., you can get the breakfast Ronto wrap, the morning Ronto wrap. You can also get, if you want, the regular Ronto wrap, which is available all day. This one's got like pork and slaw. They both have a delicious sauce. Is it the same sauce?
Yeah.
Fry used to work here. We also got the overnight oats because I actually love this as a side because it is kind of a delicious just overnight cold oats with fruit and boba topping. So breakfast time. It's a pretty cool shirt. This is AllEars merch. We do have a merchandise store. Lots of cool shirts with AllEars jokes on them. If you've been following the channel or not, there's pretty cool stuff for Disney fans. So go check that out over at the AllEars.net shop. But we're gonna eat Ronto wraps now and also overnight oats and also space water, which is the only kind of water Fry can drink because she's an alien. No thought. Oh. Breakfast Ronto is complete. I'm very full.
Me too. I ate the whole Ronto wrap.
Yeah, me too. We are in a bit of a long line right now, and that is because I would like a black calf cold brew. From here, we're probably gonna pick Fry up a cold brew.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere else. We're doing a cold brew hopping experience. The pro tip that goes with our breakfast is that we had breakfast a little late. We had it around we picked it up around a little before 11. It's a little after 11 now. And the reason for doing that, for one, it allowed us to do rope drop. We didn't use up any of that good low wait time by eating our breakfast. We waited till after we had done some low weights. And it means that we won't be hungry for lunch until after peak lunchtime, which means we can get away with not eating right when everybody else is trying to go to the restaurants and the lines get long. There are some specialty cold brews elsewhere. I'm getting the black calf cold brew, which is a Star Wars themed cold brew, topped with kind of like a cream cheese foam and Cocoa Puffs.
Now for both Ronto Roasters and Katsaka's Kettle, you can mobile order, and we do recommend that. It's going to be a lot quicker than standing in the regular line. We did just stand in the line for this because it wasn't that bad. We're just getting a coffee. But if you know ahead of time you're going to want a Katsaka's popcorn or cold brew, or if you want your Ronto wrap, definitely mobile order it. It is so much faster. You can do it ahead of time, way before you want to eat. Our first lightning lane of the day is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We did buy lightning lane for today because it is a perfect day. We're not going to use it probably to its full potential, but we are going to use it as much as we can to ride a bunch of rides that we want to ride without waiting. So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a newer ride here in Hollywood Studios. You are transported into the world of Mickey cartoons.
There's two main ways you can use Skip the Line service lightning lane. You can purchase multi-pass, which works for a bunch of different rides, and you book 3 windows at a time. And you can use single pass, which works a la carte for like certain rides. In this park, it's just Rise the Resistance. We are going to probably suffer the wait for Rise, hopefully later in the day when it goes down a bit. If you really want to see how to use this system, how to work it, we have lots of videos on the channel where we use it in like a challenge format, or like any lightning lane video. We really explain it. We push it to its limits. You will really learn how to use it. In this video, we're using it the way we recommend. We're just more relaxed. You'll notice we're not on our phones all day trying to get better lightning lane times, because we're just taking what we can get and getting some short waits throughout the day and making sure we get our money's worth with it. And that's good enough for us. So one key thing about using Lightning Lane is you book 3 of your Lightning Lanes in advance. In Hollywood Studios and every park except Animal Kingdom, you book 1 from Tier 1 and your other 2 have to be from the Tier 2 attractions. So the really popular rides, the one you really want to skip those lines, are going to be in Tier 1. After you use your first Lightning Lane of the day, then you can modify your others into Tier 1. The tier system goes away, so you can book whatever you want. So now that we've used the Lightning Lane, which we did do kind of around 11, so not the earliest, not the latest, we can kind of keep an eye on our app to maybe try to get Slinky Dog Dash, or switch one to do Rock and Roller Coaster again later, for me and the first time for them. So probably what I'm going to do, because right now we're holding on to Tower of Terror and Toy Story Mania. We don't need another Toy Story Mania, so I'm going to go ahead and modify that one to one of the like higher demand attractions.
Now, let's talk.
And as we always do, we say hello and thank you to Walt in his train car. We thought about heading to Mermaid after this, but we're not quite timed right for it. But a perfect day means no stress, and that means lots of options, because we did the stressful things early, and we're gonna do more stressful things later when they're not stressful anymore. You wanna get your cold brew?
Can you give me cold brew?
Let's get your cold brew. So Fry's getting her cold brew from Epic Eats.
They're out of cold brew.
Oh.
It'll come back later today, but it's not there right now. They're brewing it.
I see. Oh, we'll pitch we go ride Star Tours real quick. Is that a good idea?
Sure.
All right, we're going on a Star Tours real quick. This is the easiest. Oh yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
He's so tall.
It's unfortunate.
This is a motion simulator attraction that takes you through a Star Wars story where you basically are boarding the equivalent of like a passenger airplane in the Star Wars universe and taking off to a randomized story. They're different a lot of the times that you ride it. So you might get a story that is from the prequel era, the sequel era. You could see characters from the original trilogy. You could see, you never know who you're gonna see. Super, super low weights most of the time. If you ever see this above 15 minutes, ride it later. It will drop.
Okay, forewarning, Star Wars is a much bumpier, more thrilling, crazy ride when you are out on the outside, especially towards the four corners. That was a little bumpy for us. We both sat there and we were like, whoa, this is more crazy than we remember, but we were pretty much on a corner. So we are actually going to former Animation Courtyard. We are gonna go see the newer edition of The Little Mermaid show. I have seen it, Quincy hasn't yet. I love it. I think it's so cute and it's so fun, and all of the different elements they use to tell the story is very new and exciting, and it's just a fun watch. Now, because of all the construction going on in this former Animation Courtyard, The Little Mermaid show is still open. You just have to go farther to the right to find the entrance. It's still here, left, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, we're here, we made it to the show. Enjoy.
I just said I have a fun fact if you want to put it on camera.
So right here, in this very spot, actually this spot in line is where I found out that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. Big moment for me.
Hallowed ground. You remember earlier when she screamed and no sound came out? That probably happened here.
It was a good day.
Yeah. All right, we're seated. I'm so excited. I already love what we're looking at.
I'm really looking forward to this performance, Sebastian. Especially my little Ariel. Ah, yes. She has the most beautiful voice.
Okay, ma'am, how was your first viewing of The Little Mermaid show?
Oh, I really liked it. I just really, really liked it. I love any show that has live singing and live performers, which is actually not too hard to find in this park, but it's fewer and far between in Disney World in general. But I'm a big fan of like actual little stage shows. And the puppets on that were so cool.
Yes.
I've seen like stage adaptations of, Ariel before. It was definitely my favorite way I've ever seen Mermaid Ariel done.
I agree.
I think it looked so good. And it was a super cute little show. As always, I miss Vanessa. That's such a cool part of the movie.
Of course, yes. But it used so many different elements. It's puppets, it's live actors, it's screen.
And it's like multi-layered screens, which whenever they do that, it just makes me think of like the multi-planar animation setup, which we can go learn about in Walt Disney Presents later.
And we should.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth your time to do. It's in the air conditioning. Little kids love it.
Yes.
And it's also awesome for adults because there's live performance and all this cool stuff to look at on stage.
I do think it's not talked about enough.
We arrived 10 minutes in advance and could get in, which is super cool for a show that's that new. Hollywood Studios, you want to do rope drop the way we did it so that you can do the shows without being stressed out.
And do the shows in the middle of the day when it's hot.
Yes, so now we're basically in a marathon of shows where we just get to sit in either indoor C theaters or in cool shaded theaters, which we can have snacks and drinks in when we go see the two outdoor shows, which is Beauty and the Beast live on stage and my personal favorite, Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. But before, hopefully, I think we're gonna make it.
It's 105.
It's 105, so it depends on if it fills up, but I don't think it will. We are headed to see Villains on Fairly Ever After, which is an AllEars favorite. But hopefully we get into the show. We're walking up about 3 minutes before it's supposed to start. We may not have made it, but as you can see, lots of showtime, so it's okay if we didn't. All right, sure enough, as we said, you really don't want to cut it closer than 15 minutes in advance for these shows, any show in Disney World. And even then, you might miss the seating. We were too late, the show's at capacity, so the next show's at 150. Rock and Roller Coaster is currently down, and Tower of Terror is at a 70-minute wait, so we won't be doing that. The good news is we needed to go to the bathroom.
Hey, you know what?
What?
You still haven't watched my bathroom video.
I still haven't watched your bathroom video. Maybe you guys have, and you know. I'm sorry. Hey, Fry, pitch. You want to get our faces painted? Do you want to get our faces painted?
Yeah.
Rockin' is down, which I said already, but they just dumped the queue, which means it's really down. But it also means that no one is in the queue. So if it were to come back up hypothetically while we were still over here, that would be really cool for us.
Would be, don't think it's gonna happen because
No,
they are
dumping the queue. We got our face paint done. We went with Show Inspo, so I got Mermaid. Also, for my mermaid shirt, which I didn't even realize,
Very
and
cute.
she got Dark Fairy, which is, of course, Maleficent. But Villains on Fairly Ever After, so excited. Now, this time we're here 10 minutes in advance, and we are making it. So, just so you have the idea. I'm having so much fun today.
Well done. But define fair, beautiful.
We loved Villains.
We do love villains.
Hook won. I cheered for Hook mostly because I have mermaid stuff on, which is all Peter Pan stuff.
I cheered for Maleficent, but I'm happy that Hook won.
Yes, we always support Hook in this house.
We do. I've only ever seen Hook win.
And I supported Hook before that show even existed, and I've always supported Hook.
You take the crown for that.
I love Captain Hook. We're gonna ride Tower of Terror now, which I've already done, so this is my
Magic
second
Bands.
go, but we were able to get a lightning lane for right now, for like early afternoon for this, so we're gonna ride Tower of Terror again, for me, and for the first time for Fry. All right, we towered and we terrored and we went to the Twilight Zone, but don't worry, we escaped because we were really hungry, so we have to head to ABC Commissary. This is a quick service spot that serves up like tacos, loaded buffalo chicken grilled cheese. I got shrimp tacos. They're a little spicy, not like spicy, but if you're totally averse, you'll notice there's a little pleasant heat to them. The shrimp is well cooked and like well prepared. It's probably from frozen, but in the taco you can't tell. Comes with like Mexican rice and beans, so a very hearty meal, good for fueling up mid-theme park day.
I went with my classic, the buffalo chicken grilled cheese. Comfort grilled cheese, but bigger level. Oh, there's not really a cheese pull. But it's got buffalo chicken dip in there. It's really good. It's that comfort grilled cheese, but with a little bit of protein in it. You can always find seating in here. You can always mobile order it quickly. Classic foods that everybody will like.
And if you're like, oh, I went to ABC Commissary 5 years ago and it was bad, they changed the whole menu.
They have.
That's why we recommend it now. Now, typically, I like to grab a beer from Baseline Tap House, but that one is very popular, has a bit of a line right now, and we didn't think we'd make it to Indy, which is very important to us. So instead, we swung by here where they have Kona Longboard on draft, which is what I got, and Fry got the Snake Alley, which is coconut rum, creme de banana, melon liqueur, sweet and sour, and pineapple juice, so a very tropical drink. You want to know what I think will make it taste better?
What?
Looking at the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. The Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular.
I loved it. I want to work there so badly.
Who do you want to be?
I want to be the casting director or cameraman number 4.
You could be Marion. You do gymnastics.
It's just something about old MGM, how movies are made, and even just now walking out, I heard some dad explain to his kid, all I heard was, yeah, so like you see how the cameras are moving around when all the actions happen, like that's how real movies are made, isn't that so cool? I'm like, yeah, it is so cool.
If I recommend one show, it's this one. All the shows we've seen today are incredible. This one is just a real standout because of what it is. Like, there's just not really shows like this anymore. We are gonna quickly do our character meet and greet for the day. We're gonna meet Olaf. This is a popular one, but it does tend to get a shorter line later in the afternoon, which is why we waited to do it. So he's only a posted 15-minute wait right now. You don't want to wait too long to do character meet and greets because they absolutely will close earlier than other stuff in the parks. That's all posted in the app, so if it's a meet and greet with listed times, oftentimes the last time is going to be around 4 at the latest. And if it's one of these with a wait, sometimes they're open the full park day, but make sure you check so that you don't end up missing out on a must-do meet and greet. I don't even think this Olaf wait is going to be 15 minutes. It looks more like 5. Hi, Olaf. How's it going? It's very summery in here. Yeah. So nice and warm, hot, all things. Yeah, pretty good. You wearing your sunscreen?
Always.
Yes.
Have to wear sunscreen.
You have to wear sunscreen. On the carrot nose, extra important. Just something interesting just happened we thought we'd share. The photo machine was like having difficulties linking photos when you scanned your Magic Band or your park ticket. It was having trouble giving you your Olaf photos. She was explaining to us that all we have to do, which is true of any photo, it's not just technical difficulties. If you miss a ride photo, it doesn't come to your account when you expect it, or you don't scan for it. Anything like that. You don't, for some reason, you don't see photographers' photos, anything like that. You can go to the photo pass stop at the front of the park. In this case, it's at Sid Cahuenga's. And you just go there and you say, you know, hey, I was on Tower of Terror at 3:20 p.m. and my thing didn't populate. They will pull up the photos from that time and go through them with you until you find your photos. Then they can link them to your account. Same thing here with Olaf. Oh, we were at Olaf. It was, 5:10. They didn't link correctly. They will go through with you and find the photos so they can link to your account. Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run is where we have headed. This is a lightning lane for us, so we did book this a while ago, and it's for right now. So we're gonna do this, and then we're thinking we're gonna split up to grab some provisions, because we are going to get into the Rise line, we think, after that. We really want to ride Rise. It usually starts to drop a bit at this time in the afternoon. It's been between 50 and 60 minutes for a second here, so we just think it's a good time to ride it. This ride is really cool, though, because you get to fly the Millennium Falcon, or maybe you get to shoot the guns, or maybe you get to fix it. Because there's different roles you can have. The most fun is pilot, and then the next one is gunner, and then the engineer is the least fun. The good news is, though, this ride is actually getting a little bit of a revamp, where there will be 1, new storylines, 2, multiple storylines, so you might see different things each time you ride, and 3, the engineer is actually going to get to pick where you go. So it's going to add a lot of interest to that engineer role, which is typically one of the least exciting ones you can get. But we are headed up in that lightning lane, and we're going to fly the Falcon. We're now headed a little out of the way to grab ourselves provisions for the Rise line. We're getting Fry her cold brew that was not available earlier. I might go all the way to Starbucks. I know it's crazy.
Well, listen, if they don't have the car,
you're gonna need to go to Starbucks too. So we'll stay together.
Yeah.
But we're just getting some stuff because the Rise line is 55 minutes, which, if we're lucky, it'll be more like 40. But it's still long enough to have a little drink. And that's one of my biggest pro tips: is that don't make waiting in line wasted time. No. Get yourself the Mickey bar. Get yourself the beer. Get yourself the coffee. Get yourself the frozen Coke. Get everybody in the family a thing of chicken tenders and share it. Don't make it wasted time. Use it as snack time, as hangout time, as rest time. The only thing is, you are probably going to be on your feet, so it's not a full rest. Which is why we took a little bit longer at lunch, just having a nice sit. All right, back at Epic Eats for the Epic Cold Brew Spectacular, hopefully. All right, we're headed into Rise Resistance. Rise has popped up to 70 minutes, which is longer than we wanted to wait for it, because it usually does get down into the 40-50 range, and sometimes even, if you're really lucky, down into the 20 range towards the end of the night. But that is risky because Rise can also go down really easily and then not come back up. So it's 70 posted right now, but one thing I'll say is it looks visually shorter than it did when it was 50 posted. And it's been ping-ponging between 50 and 70, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be less than 70. Maybe 45? 45, I think, is a really solid guess. All right, 35 minutes later, and we're here. So my little tip for this is that if you are watching a ride line and you see it fluctuating up and down, go when it's up, because that means people are getting in line when it's short and not getting in line when it's long, which is why the wait time is fluctuating like that. So if you get in when it's long, it means that people aren't getting in the line right then, and usually it's much shorter. But you have to be keeping an eye to know that it's fluctuating. You can't just get any long line that you haven't been watching and think that's gonna happen.
This does not look good. Try to find another way down to the escape pods.
All right, we booked it all the way down Sunset because we have a lightning lane for Rock and Roller Coaster we've been hanging on to. This is probably our second to last lightning lane of the night. We got one for Slinky Dog Dash earlier, so that'll be our very last. We got one of the last ones of the day. a little shopping moment.
Shopping, must do.
Yes, it's the end of the day, but at the very, very end, the shops will get really crowded. Sunset Boulevard, great place to shop. Hollywood Boulevard, great place to shop. Lots of shops on both. All right, let's pick out what we would buy for each other. Contender, Minnie Mouse fanny pack. Fry loves Minnie Mouse, and she loves fanny packs. This is a contender.
I don't know what Quincy would want. Probably not a keychain.
Conveniently, we have stepped into the shop that has the exit merch for both Villains and the Beauty and the Beast show. I just want to look at the Beauty and the Beast because that's Fry's favorite movie. Honestly, she probably has these journals. This would be a good contender too.
Oh, that's actually really cute, but it's for kids. They don't have an Eeyore plush. Typical.
Honestly, this is so cute, and I could see her just drinking out of this while filming at home or just sitting at her desk. And I think I'm gonna go with this.
Quincy, I found it, but I can't reach it. It's too high up. I can't reach it. That one.
I like that. I was looking at that. Right, this is what I picked for you.
Ooh, I like it. Very pretty.
This and a Minnie Mouse fanny pack.
And a rose.
But this was so pretty. I was like, I could just see you drinking out of this at home. What is this outfit, Mickey?
Mickey, I don't think Minnie saw that before he left the house.
No, and she definitely didn't sew it for you like she usually does. This is quite the fit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's a no for me. We are now in Toy Story Land at night. This is one of those lands that I encourage you to do during the day, come back at night. It just changes the atmosphere and ambiance. It's very fun.
Slinky Dog Dash.
Yeah.
Kind of an intense roller coaster for a family coaster, to be honest.
It is, and it's a little scary because you're really high up and you can see like the whole park. It sometimes still freaks me out just a little bit.
All right, you did them both today, day or night?
I like them both, but I think I'm gonna say night is better.
Night's better.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that lightning lane. We are gonna do a mini dinner because we had such a big lunch that we're still not super hungry.
Yeah.
And then we had ice cream. I had ice cream.
You did, and
You had a cold brew. But we're gonna have a mini dinner here by going to Woody's Lunchbox, which we weren't planning on doing, but it's a very good spot.
It is.
And I think it's gonna be a good dinner.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're sharing tachos. We were both a little too full for lunch, but as you can see, this guy is not a small portion. It's a big old portion of loaded tater tots, sour cream, beans, chili, gravy. It smells incredible.
Gravy in the morning.
It's kind of gravy right now. It's cheese sauce, I guess.
Queso, cheese sauce.
That's what I said. Queso cheese sauce.
Gravy. Same
And
thing.
there's Fritos. There's corn chips.
Uh-huh.
For a little crunch. Literally, the park closes very soon. So we're eating this, and then we're heading to our big finale, which, if you don't know, is what is often considered one of the best shows in Disney World.
Yes.
This and Happily Ever After are hotly contested as the best nighttime spectacular. We're going to see Fantasmic, so that's where we're headed after this, because there are two showings of Fantasmic. There's an 8 p.m., which already happened, and there's a 9:30. The park closes at 9. The final showing of Fantasmic is at 9:30, which is great because seeing Fantasmic takes up a ton of time. But because they put one after park is closed, it doesn't take up a ton of your park day. So it's perfect for a perfect day where we had so much to do and got through so much. One thing we did notice, we prioritized Mermaids today and Villains because they're newer shows and we really wanted to see them. If you're okay with risking those, you could save them for later because both of them have shows in the evening. It's all about priorities of the perfect day. You want to have the priorities of your group that everybody has their top 3. You make sure you hit those, then everything else is a bonus. We absolutely got through so much fun stuff today.
Yeah.
And Fantasmic is going to be the cherry on top. And the tachos are the whipped cream that the cherry is going to sit on.
I like that.
Thank you. I made it up while I was talking.
That's really good.
Where'd my hot sauce go? All right, our little snack is done. We're headed to Fantasmic. I think we're going to make it, just barely make it.
Barely make it.
To Fantasmic for our big finale of the night. And then I think we can call it a perfect day.
I think we can. Ooh, they're rehearsing for Jollywood Nights. Look at the stage.
Do you think Miss Piggy's over there?
Miss Piggy might be over there, and Kermit. We can't miss Fantasmic.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
perfect day?
Oh, you know, I think it was a pretty perfect day.
And I'm gonna say something, I think you guys can do it too with everything we shared today. Follow our tips and you will also have the perfect day at Hollywood Studios. And remember, just because our perfect day ran exactly like this doesn't mean yours will. You might have different priorities, you might have different plans, and things might go wrong, but having an attitude where you are happy to pivot, happy to have the best day ever no matter what comes your way, means you will.
You will, and that's the AllEars way.
Yeah, it's all about spending time with your friends and family. That's the best part, is getting your face painted with your friends. So, if you're still here, like this video and drop this secret code in the comments so you know you made it all the way. Plus, don't forget to subscribe because we upload tips, games, perfect days, info, and more from Disney World all week. Why, Fry?
Because we're serious about fun.
That is so true. Thanks for watching.
Also, if you get your face painted, post it and let us see it.
Yes.
Maybe the editor cut it so you don't even know.
Yeah.
Anyways, see you next time.
Bye.